Your Fast Track to 7. My name is Alex Larson. New for you this morning, a Walker, Minnesota man is hurt after he was hit by a car in Cass County, Minnesota late last night. State Patrol says that crash happened shortly before midnight when 27-year-old Henry Gunther was walking along Highway 371. Gunther suffering non-life-threatening injuries and was taken to a local hospital. Authorities say he was allegedly drinking at the time of that crash. The driver of the van, though, was not hurt. And Jamestown police say they're investigating a shots fired incident. They say officers were called to Leopold Park around 6 p.m. for reports of an intoxicated Native American man who had fired shots in the general direction of 2 adults and 2 juveniles. Nobody was hurt, but the police did not find the shooter. They did, however, recover 2 gun casings from that scene. Anybody with information is encouraged to contact Jamestown police. Veteran Patrick Reed of Fargo spent Veterans Day trying to save his neighbors, also veterans, from a burning apartment in North Fargo. Just after 6 yesterday morning, we showed you this fire at an apartment at 509 29th Avenue North in Fargo. Patrick Reed, a resident of that building and also an Army veteran, tells us he jumped into action, trying to jump through a window to rescue his dog and also his veteran friends.
So I speed back home and I could see, not flames, but I could see that the light isn't right. That's my apartment that it's happening.
Reed went to the ER with scars and was covered in some ash. Get this though, when this all happened, he was on his way to deliver food to other veterans. No word yet on how exactly that fire started. And as you know, yesterday was Veterans Day. As many honored our nation's heroes across the country, local colleges are reminding you the resources they offer for veterans and current service members. Right on campus at MSUM is the Veteran Success Center. It's dedicated space for military-connected students to study, relax, or get in touch with resources to help them have a smooth transition into the classroom. The director of the club explains more services they offer.
It's everything from strategies to help recruit more students, to retain them through graduation, and to try and connect them with career pathways when they graduate.
Next Thursday, the Dragon Student Veterans Club is going to be hosting its monthly coffee talk. It's where veterans, staff, and students come together to hear vets speak of their experience in the military. That's going to be on the 21st at 5 o'clock. And for more resources, you can head on over to valleynewslive.com. We've got these posted. President-elect Donald Trump's incoming cabinet is taking shape this week. Each day, the transition team has announced key nominations and appointments to help fulfill his goals on national security, diplomacy, and immigration. All the people named so far have also been fiercely loyal to the former and now incoming president. Naomi Ruckham has the latest from New York.
2 sources tell CBS News that President-elect Donald Trump is expected to tap 2 Florida lawmakers for key cabinet positions. Senator Marco Rubio for Secretary of State and Congressman Mike Waltz for National Security Advisor.
Donald Trump is not steeped in policy.
Rubio sparred with Trump during the 2016 GOP primaries before dropping out and eventually backing him up through this year's campaign.
We are patriots who love America.
Waltz is a decorated ex-Green Beret who served in Afghanistan, the Middle East, and Africa.
I fully believe in his America First agenda.
This morning, CBS News has learned Trump will nominate South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem to be his Homeland Security Secretary.
President Donald Trump is a breaker and a builder.
Yesterday, Trump also announced House Republican Conference Chair Elise Stefanik of New York to be his next ambassador to the United Nations. Meanwhile, former New York GOP Congressman Lee Zeldin was chosen as Trump's Environmental Protection Agency administrator. This as progressive House Democrats are voicing concerns over Trump's pick of Stephen Miller for Deputy Chief of Staff and former ICE Director Tom Homan as border czar.
I think we're going to continue to see a number of people that have disturbing histories being appointed.
And they're vowing to fight his plans for a mass deportation program. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Trump's choice of sitting members of the U.S. House to his cabinet has sparked some concerns over what's likely to be a narrow balance of power in the chamber, a matter that is still unsettled now a week after Election Day. Their seats will be vacant until special elections can be called to choose their replacements. This all comes as new members of Congress will start orientation in Washington today. And Valley News Live is learning test ballots were uploaded along with Cass County's election night results. The unofficial results have now been updated to reflect the removal of more than 300 public test ballots that were inadvertently uploaded. Results will be certified by the state canvassing board in a few weeks. All right, we're taking a jump outside now. We got a windy Tuesday morning on our hands. For the details, let's send things over to meteorologist Lisa Green for a check of our forecast. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, and that's just the start of a windy day today. We're going to see that wind continue to pick up. Beautiful sun, or almost sunshine out there. That sun rising at 7:27 rather this morning. But you can see that golden glow, the camera shaking in the wind. Look at our temperatures. We're right around freezing or above. It's 35 in Fargo, 34 in Grand Forks. Let's take a look at our wind now. In the Southern Valley, we've got a gust to 33 in Fargo. Out of the south or southeast, a steady speed of 20. And Northern Valley, Grand Forks, Langdon, Devil's Lake, topping 30 miles per hour, with 37 being our strongest gust here this morning. So let's take a look at our wind forecast. Again, going to be stronger into midday and into the afternoon hours. We were already seeing gusts in the 30s. We'll likely see some gusts getting into the 40s. So this is something that's going to last through the day, leading up to our next chance for rain overnight tonight and into tomorrow. So out at the bus stop, temperatures may be in the 30s, but wind chills are in the teens and 20s. So layer up for that. And then this afternoon, reaching 40s to about 50 degrees for your high. But again, that's going to come with some wind, sunshine to start, and then the clouds move in with that chance for rain on Wednesday. And you can, of course, tune back in for the latest on the forecast for that rain throughout the day today and right on the VNL weather app as well.
Sounds good. Thank you, Lisa. Well, more Americans are traveling internationally these days, not just to see the sights, but for medical procedures. Cosmetic surgery is high on that list. Wendy Gillette reports from Turkey, where hair transplants are big business.
Well, I used to do this one.
John Hagley, who splits his time between St. Louis and Los Angeles, enjoyed his recent trip to Turkey with his wife and their daughter Mabel. The actor also had a mission in Istanbul to get a hair transplant to look more like he did years ago.
My hair is a part of me, and I was getting an island up there, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't gonna be an island anymore. They take this whole part and say, this is your donor area.
Hagley underwent the procedure at Estinove Clinic, located inside an Istanbul hospital. The clinic performs about 3,000 hair transplants a year. Overall, medical tourism brought more than 1.5 million people to Turkey last year. 50% of them received hair transplants. It's so common to see patients on Turkish Airlines, there's a well-known joke in the country.
It's called as Turkish Airlines.
A hair transplant costs $3,500 here at the clinic. That compares to $12,000 to $15,000 in the U.S. The price also includes transportation while in Istanbul and a 5-star hotel. The Turkish currency works in Americans' favor.
Ways for the doctor is much more cheaper, maybe 10 times cheaper when you compare any doctor in America.
The most common medical tourism procedures are cosmetic, fertility, and dental, with Americans typically seeking them in Mexico, Costa Rica, Colombia, Brazil, and Turkey. To address some of the risks, the nonprofit Medical Tourism Association says, look for facilities that are accredited. Make sure you're comfortable with a doctor. Try to speak with former patients and comparison shop.
A lot of the really good providers will include that you're staying there for a certain amount of time in the country, and that it is going to include things that may happen because complications do happen during medical procedures.
Hagley says he felt safe and his procedure went well.
By a full year, I know that I'll have a full head of hair again.
Making this a rejuvenating trip. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, Istanbul, Turkey.
The Medical Tourism Association launching a partnership with MasterCard and a central website so patients can pay for procedures securely with vetted providers. A Disney cruise ship helped rescue 4 people from a sinking catamaran in the Atlantic Ocean. The 50-foot catamaran was 265 miles from Bermuda Sunday when it called for help. The Disney cruise ship responded, launching a lifeboat and rescuing all 4 passengers off the disabled craft. The Disney cruise ship was on a journey across the Atlantic Ocean in preparation for its inaugural season on December 21st. It's set to cast off for 7 nights with stops in the British Virgin Islands, St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Castaway Cay in the Bahamas. And it's starting to look a lot like Christmas in New York City. Work well underway to decorate the iconic Christmas tree that's going to be on display at Rockefeller Center during the holiday season. That tree was delivered and installed on the plaza Saturday. Before the official lighting on December 4th, the tree will be dressed with 50,000 multicolored lights on about 5 miles of wires. And it'll be capped with a 900-pound star featuring 70 spikes and 3 million crystals. Wow. Oh dear, talk about an unwelcome house guest. 2 police officers in Michigan responded recently to an intruder at the home of a 103-year-old woman. That's where they found this uninvited visitor, a large and very scared deer that was trapped behind a locked sliding glass door. They don't really know how that animal got inside, but after trying a couple different things and out of concern for the resident, they realized really the only option was to break the glass door. Once that door was shattered, the deer was able to escape and run off into the night. Police say the woman was taken to the hospital as a precaution, but she is expected to be okay. Well, talk about overstaying your welcome there. Today's show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up right now on the Fargo CW. If you're heading out the door, though, we'll see you right back here tomorrow. My name is Alex Larson. Take care.